So don't you buy into this idea that this is about the impossible. Don't you buy into this idea that this is not the moment, that the time has passed, that the time hadn't come. Don't you buy into the idea that what we want to do in this race is about someday. It's not about someday, it's about right now. What we can do in this state to build something for our children, ladies and gentlemen. Because let me tell you who this is really about. It's about this young lady and this little person right here and the little folk who are back there who I'm bothering right now as I'm talking too loud. The next generation of Alabamians, they will come of age in the next 10 to 15 years. And they will know what came out of these elections in 2010. They will know what came out of this energy. They will know what came out of this effort. They will know if we succeeded. They will know if we failed. And they will make a choice based on what we did. Do they stay or do they go? We know that we're losing our young people left and right. They want to build their fortune. They want to build their families. But too many of them are questioning whether they can do it here. We are going to answer the question the next decade. Can we build an Alabama worthy of our people? We know how to do it on the football field. We have a nice social policy, Jerry, in the state of Alabama. If you're 18 years of age and you can run through the line fast enough, if you can block hard enough, if you can tackle cleanly enough, if you can throw crisply enough, if you can kick efficiently enough, you get room and board guaranteed and access to our fine colleges in this state. When will we get to the point where if you know your Shakespeare well enough, if you know how to compute well enough, if you know calculus well enough, if you're on the way to being an engineer, if you're on your way to being a mathematician, if you're on your way to being a musician, we make sure that your talent counts as much as talent on the gridiron. That is something that we can do in this state. And I'm so tired, ladies and gentlemen, of people who accept that we have to be divided regionally. I grew up in Montgomery. There are people in this city to this day who think that the West Side and Wind Lakes and Halcyon are different universes. We're not big enough for our different neighborhoods to be so different from each other. The Black Belt, the divisions from the Black Belt and the rest of our state, the divisions right now in Jefferson County, you can drive 20 minutes from 280 to Bessemer, and you will pass light years in terms of life prospects. There is no excuse in the second decade, in the 21st century, for us to be as divided as we've been. This is the time to tear down these walls and to build one state. Yes. And there's something else I want to say to you. We have got to get to the point, ladies and gentlemen, where public service is something that inspires people in this state. I'm tired of politics being something that people run from. I'm tired of young men and young women saying to me, oh, I like politics, I have ideas, I think I can make a difference, but it's too sordid, it's too dirty, it's too mean, I don't want to be a part of it. Ladies and gentlemen, if we leave politics to the shameless or to the feckless, we will get a politics that is not capable of lifting us up in this new century. This is a time to be bold. It's a time, if I can quote someone who happens to sit in the White House, to believe in audacity, because what has held us back is our own doubt, our own skepticism, our own sense that we can't be as good as other places. So we need you tonight. We need you to be a part of this campaign. We need your volunteer activity. If you're in the reach of my voice right now, there's something that you can do to help us in this campaign. With something you can do, from your volunteer time to canvassing. We need to talk about this mission and this vision that we're building. So we need you. And when this is over, ladies and gentlemen, we will see what the other side looks like. A place where we can all dream together. A place where we can all come together. A place where we can master the future and build an Alabama that we've never had. Now let me conclude by introducing some folks. The most important person we'd introduce is the first Lady, who's going to be a Delta. The first Lady of Alabama, who's an Alabama State graduate. The first Lady of Alabama, who will be an African American, Tara Johnson Davis. She is afraid Tara's afraid I'll make her talk. That's why she doesn't get too close to the microphone. Let me get my mother to come up here too. This is the person who introduced me to politics, my mother, Artur Davis. Please give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen. And somewhere in here is the young lady who's going to be running our Montgomery office and will be our Central Alabama coordinator. If you want to help, don't leave here without her. Melinda Starworth-Wilson. And our whole campaign staff is here. I made them all come down, so you'll find them all along the way. I want to end with this observation. I mentioned my mother. In 1977, the Saturday between Good Friday and Easter Sunday, she took me on my first visit to the state capitol. She took me to Dexter, to the first White House of the Confederacy, to the Department of Archives and History. That Saturday was the first time I saw the steps of the state capitol. First time I saw inside that capitol. First time I looked at the pictures on those walls. At that time, we were living in Southwest Montgomery. I was born on McKinney Street in West Montgomery. There were no pictures on those walls that looked remotely like me. That wasn't a part of the Alabama that existed in 1977. The fact that in 33 years, we have crossed the bridge from what we were then to what we are in this room tonight is a testament to the fact that we have a good God in heaven. Amen. And we have a country that stands for something unique. Jerry Beasley said a few months ago that if anybody tells you this can't happen because this is Alabama, you turn to them and say, this is still America. All things are possible. Let's go out. Let's claim the future of this state. Let's build something we've never had. And let's create a new Alabama that will make us all proud, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.